Welcome to Femininity with Mama Gail. Today, let's talk about why it's so hard to let go. It's hard to let go because as women, we come into relationships, we come into dating, we come into things with these preconceived notions of how things are going to go. And when things don't go the way that we want them to go, the way that we expect them to go, we begin to chase men. It's hard for us to let go because we've had this fantasy in our head. You've already seen yourself walking down the aisle with him. You've already seen we are the power couple. We are the ones. We're going to show up. We're going to level up, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, all the things that these young girls are talking about today with leveling up and being bossing up and things of that nature. Yeah, you're able to do this, but then you put men in a box where you want him to fit into your little picture, and it's hard for you to let go because you've already imagined and put yourself in the scenario of being with this gentleman. You've written this story that he knows nothing about. So when you're in this relationship or in the dating phase and he decides he wants to back out, he decides this is too much, he decides this is not the direction that he wants to go into, now you're all caught up in your feelings because you have a picture of what this should have been. And you begin to chase him because he's the one. That's the one I have to have. He's the one I saw. He's the one that's going to make this work. He's the one that's going to make this picture perfect. Mind you, he has no idea that you had this big fantasy all played out in your head for you and him. And it's not fair. We have a hard time letting go because of fantasies that are in our head that we have played out without him knowing. We have a hard time letting go because of soul ties. Soul ties, we are all wrapped up. Our souls are tied to this gentleman. And we don't know how to stop thinking about him, to stop thinking about how he sexed us, to stop thinking about how he treated me, how he made me feel. He made me feel like a princess, like a queen. He was the first one to open me up. He was the first one to have me to experience the things that I experienced. He gave me this feeling that no other man will be able to give me, and you're tied to his soul. And the way that he made you feel, you're emotionally wrapped up and tied up into this guy who has gone on and is now with Marisol somewhere, now with Shaquisha somewhere, now with Holly somewhere, and you're all caught up in your feelings. I have to have him back. I'm going to get him back. I need to have him back. Instead of you healing and working on yourself and focusing on not only what he gave you, but what you gave to him. What happened in the relationship? Why is he no longer here? His choice to leave, his choice to ghost you, his choice to not respond. You need to look at the bigger picture and see he does not want me. Because if he want me, he would have never let me go. If he's not ready for you, sis, and he let you go instead of you seeing it as a compliment, he let me go because he's not ready for me. I'm not going to sit around and wait on him. I'm going to date. I'm going to do whatever. And if time permits, God's will or whatever, and he comes back and ready to settle down so we can walk into agreement, we can be great together or whatever, we can give it a try. But you have to learn how to let go. Because when you refuse to let go and you're holding on, you're dangling from the sleeve of his shirt. You're dangling from behind, off of him while he's going on living life. Doesn't even know that you're dangling. Doesn't even know that you're there. Doesn't even know that you're jacked up and messed up in the mind because you can't let go. He's moved on. He's let go. Once a man has had relationship with you and they know how you function and they know how you operate, it's very rarely that they're going to come back to something that they left. And if they do, they're going to come back for the thing that they needed from you. Whether it was the good sex, whether it was the conversation, whether it was your ideas, your, you being able to give them great thoughts or your listening ear, they'll come back for that. Without relationship, he'll let you go and come back for what it is that he needs because you're still holding on and you have not allowed him to miss the water. You never miss your water till the well runs dry. You've never allowed the well to run dry where he misses you, where he sees the value in you, where he sees how different you are, when he sees what you bring to the table, where he sees that you are irreplaceable, that there is no one like you, sis. If you can't let go and let him move on and not sit around and wait for him to come back and not chase him and think that he's the only man in the world for you, nobody's going to make you feel like he makes you feel. Nobody's going to touch you the way he touches you. Nobody's ever going to be anything. You put him on a pedestal. Putting him on a pedestal is another thing that makes men run, leave, bye. I'm too good for her. She don't deserve me. Because you don't know how to let go. And as long as you can't let go, you are attached to someone who has detached from you, moved out, and moved on. But because you're still hooked up, hooked in, holding on, he feels that energy of you chasing and holding and needing him. You can't let go, but he has already let you go. You haven't given him a chance to miss the great qualities, the difference, the beauty about you. When a man misses or he sees that something is irreplaceable, even if he mess up and you don't want him anymore, he's going to do everything that he can to try to get back that rare breed, that irreplaceable, that heartbeat, that soft spot, that sweet spot that you are. He'll go to any length to get it. And this is why when a man wants you, you never have to chase him. You never have to call him. You never have to try to hook up with him again, You never have to offer him your body because the sex was good. He'll know exactly where you are, and he's going to find you. So let go. Even if it hurts, let go. It's going to hurt. Let go. Move on. And you probably say, oh, Mama Gal, it's easy for you to say let go than it is to do. I've been there. I know the pain. Go through it. Ball up in the corner for an hour or two. Some of you may need a day or two. Do whatever you have to do to cry. Get it out your system. Write it down. How you treated him. How he treated you. How good it was. And then burn it. Make a new list of what it is that you expect in a new gentleman. Start focusing on something new. You have to let go. Because as long as you are attached to something who has detached, he'll have had 4 or 5 new girlfriends and you'll still be holding on years down the line. And he keeps passing over you and not coming back to you. And you've chased him And now he devalues you. He doesn't have the same respect for you because you decided to chase when he may have come to his senses and saw your raw beauty of who you truly were. But because you couldn't let go during that time, and you decided to chase, and you devalue, you bought, you wore a diamond in his eye. Now you're cubic zirconia because you've allowed yourself to chase and run after and try to hook up with and call him and reach out to him and things of that nature. You got to let go. And the last thing I want to leave with you, you have to love you more than you love anybody else. Because in loving you, you'll let go. If he didn't choose me, I have to let go. I'm not going to be a pick-me girl. I'm not going to show up where he is intentionally and try to make him want me and see something different about me. Loving you will not even have in your energy, I'm going to make him miss what he had. No, just be you. Be beautiful you. Be confident you. Be radiant you. Be bold you. Be beautiful you. Be who you are. And if he doesn't value who you are, and you may never get him back, this masculine Max over there, who will treat you like a queen because he sees you beautiful, but you can't see Max because you're still holding on and strung out over old boy, who Max can come along and do double what old boy did. Learn to let go. Value you. Know your worth and know that you are worth more than what old boy gave you or did to you or made you feel. Let go and walk away, sis. This is Femininity with Mama Gail. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a blessed and prosperous day, divas, diamond stars, ladies and gentlemen.